Anas Sarwar.
Presiding Officer, week after week, John Swinney comes to this Parliament and apologises for the performance of his government, and he says there's no need for a new direction. Because the reality is that John Swinney and the SNP have no meaningful plan, no strategy and no ideas to save our NHS. And the situation's actually got worse since he became First Minister. By September, more people have waited 24 hours in A&E than the entirety of last year. So Scots can't continue to pay the price of SNP incompetence. We do need a change of direction. And as part of Labour's transformative budget, the Scottish Government will receive an additional £789 million for our NHS this year and an additional £1.72 billion for our NHS next year. But this vital new money can't be wasted by continued SNP financial mismanagement and SNP incompetence. Put simply, more of the same won't cut it. So will John Swinney commit to using this money to tackle long waits and to reform our NHS so that it's fit for the future?
First Minister.
So, in the last 12 months, there has been an increase in the number of operations performed in the National Health Service. In the last 12 months to June 2024, outpatient activity has increased over the previous 12 months. There have been more than 1.5 million attendances at A&E, and there's been an 82% increase in A&E consultant headcount compared to 10 years ago under this government's watch. So, what I would say to Mr Sarwar is that we are investing, but we are fully aware of the challenges that have been faced, and we are addressing them. Now, Mr Sarwar goes on to talk about the budget, and he knows from what I said last week that I welcome the investment that has been made in public expenditure as a consequence of the budget, and I give him the absolute assurance that that will be invested in strengthening and reforming and improving the National Health Service. But there is one challenge in all of that. That budget will only be able to be deployed if there's a parliamentary majority in favour of supporting that budget. So Mr Sarwar is not an innocent bystander on that question. If Mr Sarwar wants the money to be spent, he should vote for the budget.
Absolutely.